Wicked defied expectations with its bold adaptation of the legendary Broadway musical, becoming both a critical and box office hit. With powerhouse performances by Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande and visionary direction from John M. Chu, Crazy Rich Asians, in the Heights, the film transported audiences into a vibrant reimagining of Oz. Yet, as fans eagerly await Wicked, for Good, the second installment in the two-part saga, many are beginning to suspect it might be more than just a sequel. It might secretly be a reboot of the 1939 cinema classic The Wizard of Oz. Wicked reframes a familiar story. The genius of Wicked lies in its ability to flip one of pop culture's most iconic tales on its head. Based on Gregory Maguire's novel and the smash hit Broadway musical, Wicked explores the origin story of Elphaba, the so-called Wicked Witch of the West, painting her not as a villain, but a misunderstood outcast caught in the schemes of a corrupt Emerald City. In the first film, we follow Elphaba and Glinda as unlikely roommates at Shiz University, their complex friendship blossoming in tandem with growing tensions in Oz. The story climaxes with Elphaba's defiant break from the wizard and her transformation into a fugitive, framed, feared, and falsely labeled Wicked. But Wicked does more than build a rich backstory. It weaves familiar faces from the Wizard of Oz into new contexts. The film hints at the origins of the Tin Man, the Cowardly Lion, and the Scarecrow, adding emotional and narrative weight to their once innocent personas. In particular, Fiero's transformation into the Scarecrow subtly reshapes how we view the original story's straw-filled companion. It's these foundational shifts that lead to the tantalizing theory that Wicked, for Good, will do more than conclude Elphaba's journey. It will retell the classic Oz tale itself. A cinematic Trojan horse, The Wizard of Oz reimagined. What makes Wicked, for Good so compelling is the idea that it may stealthily operate as a modern Wizard of Oz reboot. The first film deliberately avoids showing Dorothy, who is mentioned but remains unseen, mirroring the Broadway production's choice to keep her presence indirect. But early promotional material and trailers for Wicked hinted at the familiar foursome, Dorothy, the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Cowardly Lion, paying a visit to the wizard. Although that scene didn't appear in Wicked, its inclusion in teaser footage strongly suggests their journey will be featured in the upcoming sequel. This raises the possibility that Wicked, for Good, will dramatize large portions of The Wizard of Oz, told from a new perspective. In doing so, the film could reintroduce the beloved narrative to new audiences without directly remaking it, a smart move considering how iconic and culturally protected the 1939 film remains. Fans might even witness Dorothy's encounter with Glinda, her fateful journey down the yellow brick road, and her ultimate confrontation with Elphaba, reinterpreted through a more sympathetic lens. Modernizing Oz through musical innovation. If Dorothy is indeed making her big-screen return, then Wicked, for Good, might be the first film in decades to attempt a serious modern take on The Wizard of Oz. Rumors swirling online suggest that young musical talent Alicia Weir, known for her standout roles in Matilda the Musical and Abigail, could portray Dorothy. If true, the casting is inspired, Weir has both the vocal prowess and emotional range to breathe new life into such a well-worn role. A rebooted Wizard of Oz within Wicked would also open the door for classic songs like Somewhere Over the Rainbow to be reimagined alongside Stephen Schwartz's sweeping score. This blending of old and new would honor the legacy of Oz while keeping it fresh for modern viewers. Given John M. Chu's success with cinematic musicals and his ability to weave complex emotional arcs into spectacle-heavy stories, the stage is set for something truly special. The risk and potential of a hidden reboot. The idea of rebooting The Wizard of Oz would likely stir controversy under normal circumstances. The original 1939 film is more than just a Hollywood classic, it's a cornerstone of American cinema. Any attempt at a straightforward remake would face heavy criticism and nearly impossible expectations. But by embedding the classic story within Wicked, for Good, the film could sidestep this backlash entirely. It's not a remake, it's a reinvention, filtered through a different narrative lens, with the Wicked Witch of the West as the emotional anchor. This approach not only makes creative sense, it could also redefine how legacy stories are adapted in the streaming era. Rather than directly replacing beloved films, Studios may start layering them within broader universes, giving audiences both nostalgia and novelty at once. Wicked, for good, might just be the prototype for this model. A perfect time to return to Oz. If any story is ripe for a thoughtful, dramatic re-examination, it's The Wizard of Oz. The world of Oz, with its whimsical charm and underlying political metaphors, has always lent itself to reinterpretation. Previous attempts like The Wiz, Oz the Great and Powerful, and Emerald City have recontextualized the story with varying success, but none have merged modern musical grandeur with character-focused storytelling quite like Wicked has. Wicked, for good, offers a rare chance to view Oz through two lenses, familiar and fresh. We already know the yellow bricks, the poppies, and the tornado. What we haven't seen is how the so-called Wicked Witch felt when Dorothy arrived, or how the Scarecrow's transformation left scars beneath the straw. If this sequel really does explore Dorothy's journey through the eyes of Elphaba, it won't just be a reboot of The Wizard of Oz. It will be a revolution in how we revisit classics, not by erasing them, but by expanding them.